So you clicked on this video because you want to turn your life into a video game. And let me tell you right now that if you watch this video in its entirety and apply everything that I talk about, you will be able to turn your life into a video game. Like the same way that you feel playing GTA 5 is going to be the same way you feel doing productive hard work. So let me explain. When we overstimulate ourselves, for example, using TikTok and scrolling, watching YouTube videos that are brainless, playing video games, eating junk food, all of those things hyper stimulating, right? Basically what those things do is the neurons, they release dopamine and then it tells us to feel good, basically, like super basic, dumbed down, right? When we're doing hyper stimulating activities, they're going to lower our baseline dopamine. And if you want to know more about that, I explain it in another video. Scroll down right now and click on that if you don't know really how dopamine works. That lowers our baseline dopamine, which means that living normal life feels boring, right? And so the thing is, the less that we do in our lives, the more alive we actually feel, weirdly enough, right? It's not the less we do, but it's the less hyper-stimulating activities that we do, the more alive we feel. And so the only reason that you play video games in the first place and watch TikTok in the first place and do all these things that you don't really want to do is because your dopamine is like hyper-stimulated and it makes you feel really good when you do it. And so everything else feels boring. And so you just keep going to what makes you feel good over and over and over and over again, because our bodies are geared to do this because it was a survival instinct for us. But now it's not really paying off anymore because we would end up just distracted, right? But luckily for us, we have a prefrontal cortex. It means we can think for ourselves. And so even though most of our brain is primitive and it doesn't really care about our long-term goals, we still have a part of our brain that wants to achieve a lot bigger things in our lives. So basically what we have to do is first find what our goals are, right? Find what big things we want to do. And so we want to make SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So an example of a goal would be, I want to own an e-commerce business. That's not a SMART goal, that's just a goal. So we can still use that goal, but we have to make it a SMART goal. An example of a SMART goal using that goal we had earlier would be, I want to make a drop shipping business that makes $1 million within 5 years. Okay, so once we have our goals written down, now we have to take a step back. I want you to understand this. If you enjoy playing video games more than you enjoy working on your goals, you're going to end up playing video games. If you enjoy scrolling on TikTok more than you do achieving your goals, you're going to end up scrolling on TikTok. It doesn't matter if you want both. The thing that you're going to enjoy more is the thing that you're going to do. So what we have to do is make everything else boring, make everything else about our lives boring except for that activity. The best way to do this is dopamine detox. And so I'm going to reveal to you a dopamine detox protocol that I use specifically to detox from everything so that I can focus on my mission. This protocol takes 7 to 14 days, so you can do it relatively quickly and it's effective. After you do this protocol, you literally barely even want to look at your phone. So for the next 2 weeks, no video games at all. That means all the computer games, all of the video games that are on Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, unplug those. And so if you're trying to work on a computer that has the video games on it that you like, you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to end up playing the video games for the entire day when you went to sit and do your business work. How do I know this? Because it's happened to me. I remember when I was trying to start my business, when I was trying to do productive work on my computer, and I had Steam and the video games installed. This was like a year ago. I would always end up playing the video games for like most of the day, and then I'd get like maybe 30 minutes of work done. And so I want you to know that if those things are on there, it's just not going to work. And so you need to make the choice now. There's no easy way to get to your goals. If you want your goals, if you want to achieve those goals, you need to make sacrifices. And so you're either going to sacrifice your goals or you're going to make sacrifices for your goals. You have to choose which one you're going to do. Listen to that again. You're either going to sacrifice your goals or you're going to make sacrifices to get your goals. So you have to make the choice. Okay, next thing, 0 social media. That means no Snapchat, no Instagram, no TikTok, no Facebook, or anything like that. And so for me, not only did I delete the apps from my phone when I was detoxing from them a year ago, but I literally deleted my accounts on all of them. And not only that, but I also put screen time on my phone. And so every time I spent more than an hour on my phone for the entire day, I'd have a pop-up that said screen time and then it'd just block. And so if you have iPhone, set those screen time limits on your phone. Literally just go to settings, type in screen time, and then you can figure it out from there. Okay, so we also want to remove TV, any sort of watching TV, not happening during dopamine detox. We also want to remove the movies, no Netflix, no nothing. And then any drugs that you don't need for survival. We also want to make sure that we're eating healthily. What does that mean? No highly processed foods that are going to spike our dopamine, right? No brownies, cookies, none of those. We want to eat healthy. And so this can mean different things for different people, but everyone in general knows what eating healthy is. So just whatever you think eating healthy is while you're on dopamine detox, just eat that. And then also no fat. This one's probably one of the hardest ones. And if you're addicted, you're probably going to relapse. The thing is, try to limit it as much as possible. If you do it a few times, oh well, as long as it's less than you were doing it before. And one of the best things that I did when it came to this was using blockers. And there's a bunch of apps on the App Store or on whatever device you're using. There's a bunch of apps that you can use to block any of those things. So now we have our goals and we have our detox, but now we need to hold ourselves accountable. Otherwise, we're going to forget about this by the time we're done with this video. So you want to make a habit tracker. And so a habit tracker is going to keep you accountable. And it's going to allow you to start replacing all of those activities, right? Since you're not playing video games or using your phone anymore, it's going to be boring, bro. I'm telling you right now, you're going to feel like garbage because you're so used to those highly stimulating activities. When you do like normal people stuff, right? Like non-highly stimulating activities, it's going to feel boring for a while until you get used to them. So the thing is, after we get rid of those, we want to incorporate those with some habits that are going to stimulate us, but they're not way over the top of stimulation. So we need to make a habit tracker. And if you want an example of a habit tracker, or even if you want to download and print out a habit tracker, I have a sheet that I made just for you guys. Just open the link, click on it. It's in the description down below. It's like a Google Doc. And it's literally the habit tracker, the same one that I use every month. And so you can like retype it, edit it, make a copy, edit it, and make it for however you like. Whatever month you want, you can edit the habits, whatever it is, and then just print it out like that and then put it up on your wall. You can check mark or X whenever you do or don't do a habit. And so this is going to keep you accountable for all of the habits that you want to do and reaching those long-term goals that you made. Okay, so now we have our goals, we have our detox, we have our accountability, but we still need to play the game. So first off, every single night, track what you did on your habit tracker. Track all the things you did, all the things you didn't do, and track it on your habit tracker and put it up somewhere you can remember. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna end up like forgetting you even watched this video, forgetting that you even like had goals. So you kind of want that as a reminder. Oh snap, I didn't do these things today. I have to be better tomorrow. The next thing is that you're probably going to relapse. Like you're probably gonna mess up on a few days during this period. You might even go back to the video games, whatever. The thing is, that's normal. Like, try not to, but if it happens, like, it doesn't mean you give up because you've already made so much progress, right? Even if you play video games for 2 hours less on one of those days, you've made so much progress. Now, try to do the whole dopamine detox protocol, but even if you mess up, right, just keep going and try to improve every single day. Try to get a little bit better every single day. And also, enjoy the work. Enjoy building the skills. The thing is, every time you feel like you're going through hardship, right, that's actually you developing a skill of being able to go through hardship, being able to have the discipline to keep going even when you don't really feel like it. Because you know deep down that your goals are the most important thing, not the video games, not the things that are going to distract you. The thing is about this is you're literally building skills of discipline, you're building skills of improving yourself, and you're building skills of having a longer term vision. And so you want to make sure that you're growing every single day. And even if you mess up here and there, and so you're going to be developing those skills during this dopamine detox protocol. And then after you get out of this protocol, you're going to notice like your life is just better overall. Like you feel happier. Your baseline dopamine is increased and you feel happier just doing less things. And so whenever you go to work on your mission, whenever you start to put that work in for whatever you're doing, you'll notice that it's actually a lot more enjoyable than it was before. And that's because instead of thinking about video games and all those random irrelevant thoughts, you're thinking about what's important. You're thinking about the mission that you really want to achieve. And so you basically turned your life at this point into a video game. And so not only that, you're going to start seeking to go out and like be places besides sitting in your home doing nothing, right? Like after you detox for a while and you have nothing to do, like you're going to just start going out and exploring the world, right? And doing fun things, right? And you're going to actually find enjoyment in those things versus just sitting inside. I remember after I detoxed, I literally enlisted for the military. And so I just went on this crazy adventure, and my life's literally been an adventure ever since that point. And so after you dopamine detox, you'll literally just enjoy life and go on more adventures. So start making your life a video game today. Focus on your goals, implement the dopamine detox, make sure you hold yourself accountable, and start playing. That's all you need to do. Those are the only steps you need to do to start living. Make sure you scroll down right now, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, because I literally post all the books that I read like on my stories. So you can see what my thoughts are. You can see the books that I'm reading. And so you can even incorporate those into your dopamine detox. And so that's also going to help you to see the things that I'm doing so you can implement some of those things into your life and step away from the distractions. My name's Justin, and remember, you deserve the consequences of your actions.